Broadcasting live from the Schwabel Room. Beatdown Brown. Eddie B.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty. Dirty.
Dirty. Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty. Dirty.
Tell the people more about the advantages of our product.
They never lose their cool.
Expand your mind. But I've got a better source of information.
Dirty.
What's going on? Dirty 30, Beatdown Brown, all eyes on E. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, man. How we doing?
Man, I'm doing all right. I can't complain. And even if I could, I wouldn't. You know
What's
what
the
I'm
point,
saying?
man? What's the point? Who worrying about, some middle-aged black men's issues? Nobody.
Nobody. All right, man. So this one we got the music episode for y'all right now. We talk all about the music and some rollouts that's coming around, and then a little victory at the end of this joint too, man. So
How about that, man? How about that? Yeah.
Let's pop it off. So our brother Ye on his little victory lap right here, man.
Yeah.
His independence celebration. Dropped the new music, man. He dropped that Bully. He's talking about the Bully album coming out and dropped Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that joint, man?
I thought it was dope, and it was kind of like we spoke something into existence. Then we just talk about how we wanted the old Ye back. How we were saying, I wish we, this new stuff he's doing, but we know the bread and butter, the stuff that we, the college dropout shit, that Ye was what we were just talking about. And they said it's a return back to the SB12. I was just like, oh, okay. Going back to the samples and, all that, chopping it up. Yes, please bring that. It's that we need that season. Please bring that.
But if you've been paying attention, I call it PB era, post-battle era, or post-beef era, however you want to go it. A lot of the stuff that's been popping off right now, there's been a lot more real hop and harder edge music coming out, man. I mean, Meth has continued his dominance. We were supposed to, stuff came up, we couldn't get together, but Redman talking about, Muddy Waters closer to coming.
Yes, sir.
It's closer to coming now. You got stuff like the LL Project like that hitting, Pete Rock and Common. I mean, 38 Specials going nuts right now. Griselda, it seems like they don't have a week where they don't have a new project coming out. Right. It's just like you got real hop, real boom bap. Let me not skip past. I hipped you to Blue and Exile, yes. But Blue has been going crazy. What, 3 projects in like about 2 months? Mac Hami, I mean, it's just so much good stuff coming out, and it's actually getting shine and getting pushed up to the front. It's not sitting back where it's like, oh, cast is rhyming, we ain't really looking for it. Like, this stuff is getting pushed forward. So to see Kanye going back in his bag and doing that type of thing, I'm still got my head on a swivel. Where's that Clips album at? But we ain't gonna go there.
Got you. I got you. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to all that stuff. You gave a excellent rundown on all the stuff that's pending, that's in the pipeline, that's hopefully, going to drop soon. But I guess they're waiting on this dude because, when he comes, it's a tsunami. You're not going to hear about nothing. Like, this just dwarfed everything. It's like, oh, the Bully's coming, but, Ye been on some other stuff. You don't know if he's going to do the, if he's still on that. Right. Other stuff or whatever. So this, until he really put this out or whatever, it's gonna diminish everything else that's out there because he's gonna always control the narrative whenever he drops something. So
especially this isn't, how can I say it? No hate on the Vultures project whatsoever.
Right.
But the Vultures project was not a Ye project.
Thank you. That was not a hate. That was a great observation. That's all that was. That's not hating. That it's not a
Yeah.
Ye album. That's all.
It's like, okay, you're there. And even the fact of the matter, I don't know if the one person that is acceptably allowed to use ghostwriters, I don't know if his staff was around him for this. You know what I'm saying, for the verses. So getting back to it, you know what I'm saying, you go organize your people, get them back around like that, get your features list together and everything, and get ready to drop another Ye project. Yeah. This is
Be ready for
this could
some
get ignorant.
what's that? What's his writer? Sci-Hi.
Oh, me get side
Sci-Hi,
high.
Consequence, all those cats.
Well, Consequence then burnt every bridge possible with everybody.
Okay, sorry
He
about
didn't
that.
Consequence then you know you burnt the bridge when Tip ain't talking to you. That's your cousin.
Cousin, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Okay.
you didn't kind of burnt the bridge. So yeah,
Consequence have to face the consequences. Okay, that's cool.
yeah. But you got Saha and everybody else. I wouldn't be shocked if, you know what I'm saying, you even hear Fest coming back into it, get Ron Fest back into the fold.
Yeah.
Then of course you always got you always got my man Pusha on there. So I mean, you got pins around you,
Right.
as well as, like I said, the one funny thing about it is all these cats are prolific rhymers and writers, but there's something about when Ye gets a hold of their stuff, the way he delivers it, that makes it where it's crazy. Like I can clearly tell who wrote it, but
Right.
at the same time, once he get a hold of it, it vibes different.
Could you see him dropping something now and featuring that little young kid from Compton, and them two do something at the Super Bowl?
I wouldn't doubt it. I think what's going to happen, I will say, this is where I will say there might be active Jay hate involved. And what I say
I
is,
got you.
like, Jay up
where
there,
you
like,
going.
and it's not just Jay Ye hate, but it's like, dog, that's not a good look of association for you, because of Ye still, even though he's running it and doing his thing right now, he still hasn't cleaned that stink off of him yet.
Yep. Yeah.
He still hasn't cleaned that stink off, and you know that. Let's be there. You know that's Kendrick's boy. They didn't.
Yeah,
did some amazing work together.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, man, he dropping something now. We know what's coming next year. So yeah, it's gonna be something. That's why I was like, man, I can see that happening, but I forgot about the whole Jay-Z thing. And I'm sure Jay, like, yeah, we can't do that this one. We not on this platform. We can't do this. And they just re-upped his contract with the NFL. So that's a whole nother thing. But
because
I could see that.
You couldn't tell me that no more parties in LA and just change it to parties in LA to Louisiana.
Man,
but no more parties in LA.
It's a wrap. That's why I was like, man, I can see if Ye is cooking up, I could see them two collabing on something. But again, like you said, Ye, he's still not invited to the party, but he could be outside in the parking lot pimping. You know, most players used to do. Like, oh, what time the club let out to? Yeah, we'll be outside. You know, Ye outside right now. Kendrick in the building. But you know, it's I was just, you know, shit going through my head real quick and was like, damn, that would be dope.
Oh, that would be pure fire. And actually, going into what we're going to go in next, it's funny because oh my Lord, it's funny because we're talking about rollouts, we're talking about people that are doing stuff big and who basically change what you're seeing every year, right? And we got the other cat that's about to, first of all, his crazy ass then changed up release dates. I know I didn't send you that video, but what's wild here is, and if the clue everybody in, Tyler just dropped crazy ass visuals again, because he's like, guess what, assholes? I told y'all no more records for 2024, but guess what? Fuck y'all, I'm coming out. And he actually did an interview last year about how he likes the idea of sitting with the album differently, doesn't think that it's cool or fair to drop an album on a Friday because you don't really sit with it. You worried about getting out, being in the scene or whatever. He's
Right.
like, why don't we drop albums on Tuesday anymore? So guess what this jerk did? I'm dropping my album on Monday,
Nice.
October 28th.
Nice.
And he dropped the visuals for it. And I was explaining to my esteemed panelist right here what Tyler does so well and so nuts is ever since Goblin, which I wasn't on the Tyler bandwidth for, but I did hop back on after Cherry Bomb, revisiting Cherry Bomb. But he introduces a new character or a new era of him for each project. So it's literally, yeah, it's Tyler, but it's a different Tyler each
See,
time.
this is what I wanted you. We were, before we jumped on, you were giving me the rundown on this. I was like, I never knew that. I just know his music. I didn't know about his, how his rollouts. I didn't know they were just as epic as his albums. I was like, oh shit, that's his whole thing. I didn't know.
Actually, what's
my
crazy about it
ignorance.
is there's fashion drops with each
Okay,
album.
dope.
So like Goblin, he had the little deal with Supreme and was doing that, and he had as they say, it's White Boy Kev, White Boy Mike, or whatever. That was the cover for the alternate cover for Goblin, or for he was the alternate cover for the Odd Future album. He actually wound up becoming vice president or district president for Supreme. But you got the Supreme deal going on. So that was one drop during the Odd Future tape / Goblin. So you got that immature kind of whatever upstart Tyler. You know what I'm saying? That was when he was working with Adult Swim and all like that, was kind of off and rockets. Cherry Bomb brings literally the Cherry Bomb cartoon character. He was wearing the head kind of like Kanye with the bear. And that brought a harder edge, but still bringing the soul back in more. Went down a little bit further. You're doing stuff still with Odd Future, whatever, breaking it up. Then you get into Flower Boy. Flower Boy brought a whole nother fashion aesthetic. It was the softer side, bringing more of the R&B feels and the softer feels to it, more harmonious, actually bringing retro R&B into his sound. And remember, this cat is producing all this. Yeah, he got Haji and everybody else, but he's producing this. He's playing. You hearing bridges on hip hop. He's playing it. Like, nice. No, it's not, oh, that's dope. Who he got in there? Yeah, he got Pharrell and everybody else around, but he's playing this shit. Then you go from that to Igor being his biggest. He's always a weirdo, so I'm saying the biggest weirdo twist. But that's blonde wig Tyler, and that's when he got his Grammy, and it was wild. Because now he's bringing this whole character, this whole backstory is a little bit nuttier. Once again, different sonically, always hip hop aesthetic, but different soulful end of it like that. Getting more work in with Callie Uchis. I'm messing up her name, sorry, Doc, but bringing Callie in like that. More artists that aren't directly in his crew or whatever, and then. That Call Me If You Get Lost, crazy shit. That shit was so fucking fire. And then doing the World Traveler, you know what I'm saying? That's when you get your Louis Vuitton deal going on. And he didn't tell you what was popping off, but it was kind of popping off. In between then, he had done the little mixtape for Virgil's release that he wound up actually performing posthumously for Virgil. And that joint flew off. So he's always dropping something. So now you got what is the name of this album? Chromakopia. And so he dropped the Saint Chroma visuals with the crazy ass mask and hair cracking. And it looked like this is going to be his hard edge shit. I've heard that this should be his My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but where I'm looking at it with how hard that joint is and the whispering and the kind of crazy wild shit of it, this might be his Yeezus right here.
Maybe, like, but I don't want to put in like that kind of category because I like him doing his own thing. Well, I like this,
Only reason why I put it there is it's not putting him in somebody's bag. but he's the only person that goes that epic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a hip hop act that headlined freaking Coachella.
Yeah.
You're a rap act that headlined Coachella and did it excellently. You didn't just do it as like, oh, it was no, he had a show and a half. He always has a show and a half. Like
it's like he could put that play together. It's like he's thinking of that while he's doing his music. His body of work reflects that. I could see all his joints being played like at a Coachella, like something like that, a big ass festival like that. Hell yeah. You know, I can see he could run it up.
Well, that's the crazy part. You know, he has Flog Gnaw, his own festival.
Yes, that's what. Yeah.
Did you see the lineup for this year's Flog Gnaw?
No.
Oh man, fuck this shit. This new Flog Gnaw. He always does it up. But this Flog Gnaw, all right. So 3 Stacks, Action Bronson.
Shit. Yeah, I said that was over the summer. Yeah.
No. This is the upcoming.
No. I'm sorry. I was thinking of what the fuck was I thinking with 3 Stacks? When you said 3 Stacks, I was thinking
Three Stacks had his own. 3 Stacks had his own tour.
He did that blues.
Yeah.
What was that? That blue. I'm sorry. I know.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay.
All right. So you got 3 Stacks, Action Bronson, Daniel Caesar. He's bringing Doechii out.
Okay.
And Doechii is going. Erica Badu. You got Earl Sweatshirt and Domo Genesis from his own crew.
Oh my God, that is dope.
K Trinata is coming back out.
Beautiful.
Mos Def's daughter Layla is coming out.
She got a huge song out. Yeah.
Yeah. Mace is going to be there. DJ Mustard and Friends is coming out. So that could be another mini pop out right there. We don't know what's going to happen with Mustard and Friends.
How about that? Yeah.
You got Sampler coming out, Schoolboy Q, Sid talking about from his crew, Alchemist and Friends. Once again, we don't know what's going to happen here.
Okay, that's better than Coachella. Fuck. Yeah.
Tyler's doing his own thing. And I'm skipping over people. He's bringing Sexy Red out for the young folks.
Okay.
And then he got Vince Staples coming out.
My guy. Yeah.
Dog.
Okay. I'm sorry, man. I was over it as soon as I heard 3 Stacks. I automatically thought of that one.
My fault. Denzel Curry too. Like dog. He.
Yeah.
Flog Gnaw might honestly smack everybody's show up right
now. Yep.
And like I said, the two question marks of how much it's going to smack everybody up is you got a Mustard and Friends again, so that could be YG and everybody else coming back out again, and then you got an Alchemist and Friends. You don't know what's going to happen in the Alchemist and Friends. That could be Griselda pop-ups. That could be all types of stuff right there. And, and Tommy Richmond. My fault. I forgot they got him. They got Tommy Richmond coming out too. Like dog, it's
That's gonna be high.
And I'm not even counting openers and stuff like that. Playboy Cardi. I mean, dog.
You got everybody. Everybody could go to that one and not be mad. You could go to this one and not be mad. It's for everybody. That lineup is for everybody.
And that's why I know you's like, okay, why you slide my man in? I had to slide him in because he's doing it in such a major way, dog.
Yeah, this is why I wanted you to go ahead and run it with this because you know his back, you know how his rollouts go. I just know when I hear the songs, they're like, oh shit, that's Tyler. He did it again. But you're like, nah, bro, it's bigger than just the song, man. He puts out movements. You know, each one is curated completely different, and no hip hop artist. The dude got his own lane.
Here goes my biggest test. My biggest test when I start like dealing with an artist like that, especially when their overall aesthetic doesn't match my aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? As far as not what they do on stage, but even some of their subject matter or whatever, because we know my boy is king of the pause moment. And for me to literally roll hard body for this cat the way I do with him being the king of the pause, is like, yo, he has to be something amazing musically and talent wise, and he truly is. I always call it, if you can defeat my hater, if you can defeat my hater, because my hater card is heavy. I'm the king of being like, if I'm telling you, I'm still like, don't mess with J. Cole like that with the body of work that J. Cole has put out. I'm like, I still don't, something don't sit right with me with this cat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's been, I like to say I've been proven right over and over again, but that's neither here nor there. But whatever the case being, it's like if I'm like, I don't mess with this, or I used to like it, but I don't like this or whatever, to actually have artists, like I said, Kendrick. I did not mess with Kendrick when he first came out, and I was converted. I did not mess with Tyler when him and Odd Future came out. I am definitely an Odd Future apologist all over the board. Vince Staples, just like, oh, okay, he he from the West, and I'm up here like, nah, this cat fired. And even the stuff that's like laid back, and that's a head scratcher too. There's some albums that Schoolboy Q and Vince Staples getting left out of the BET Hip Hop Awards, because them two albums right there was something
Blue
special
Lips.
this year.
Yeah, Blue Lips. Yeah.
So going back to the last episode, those are two. That's why I say there might need to be a little pinch more of opening on categories, because y'all got it so closed up that there's albums that, okay, no, they're not mainstream per se, but these are big records. And so this is all fire. And going to another thing in this, Ab-Soul is coming soon too.
Yes, Ab-Soul. I saw that.
You just gave us, so going 6 years without a project, and then you gave us Herbert. I guess that's last year. Herbert was last year, which was fucking fire. And now you coming back with Soul Burger, and oh man, that's what I'm saying. This after beef process with these records, man, has been beautiful.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's like cats getting themselves out there, getting their shit tight, because they're like, man, I wish I could have a year like the two, dudes who was going at it. I wish we could have that kind of flow, that kind of motion going on. But I see everybody's gearing up to like, man, we got to drop something, because I want somebody to take a shot at me. Maybe we could take it there. But I hope everybody drops shit like, Redman, that Muddy Water 2. He was like, yeah, I had it done, but they wanted me to drop it out, during COVID. He was like, nah, because I can't tour and do all the things. He was like, I sat on it. So now, cover art is out there and he's ready to go.
Eating grapes on the plane. Jazzy Jeff.
Yes, sir. So I can't wait, man.
Man.
Let's roll into some excellent news, man. The old school, but new school rules. Go ahead, man. Run it down.
My man winning, man. My man keep winning. I wish it would have happened a year or two earlier, strictly for the fact of who's not here to celebrate the win. But with the fact of it, 2 Live Crew reclaims their music rights after a legal victory over over Little Joe Records, man. They win. They get it back, man. That's beautiful, man.
They waited their time. What was that? They say what, 20-something years or 25 years
35.
after?
35.
Damn.
35. It goes back to the original copyright holders.
That they played by the rules, waited it out, let these cats eat off that. You know how much fucking money them cats that made off the 2 Live Crew fucking royalties?
Well, like you said, it's even so twisted up because it's bad enough that the original label holder was holding the albums, but what makes it even shadier was that dude with the original master recordings were in bankruptcy.
Yep, and got bought at crackhead prices. Yeah.
And so then that dude was hurrying up and just catching the royalties and the sales and the streams until 2020. And then Luke and the other members were like, nah, we need our stuff back, man.
Yeah,
we need that back. That's cute, but that's cute that you ran with that. But nah, man, give us our shit back. Because I mean, let's be honest, man. It's monumental. Because these things, whether it is 100% your bag or whatever, what you get into with 2 Live Crew, what they stand for is, this is just as much as Public Enemy is fight music. And I mean, the fight for identity, the fight for understanding your place and everything, the fight for being seen a certain way. This is the same thing, because Luke and them were fighting to be able to say what you want to say, with nobody being able to censor you, without having a case of good, bad, and different. Whether it's, what I'm saying, in the case of where they was going with wanting to be able to say whatever they wanted to say, everybody should be Luke said it, and people said it was kind of, kind of played when he's up there like, yo, Nicki Minaj, sexy red, everybody else need to be, basically kissing the ring. Yeah, everybody.
He wasn't lying. And he kicked the door in for everybody to say what you want to say, and all those songs that you got out there that's for free play. Yeah, that parental advisory sticker, Uncle Luke, he changed the game.
Yeah, he's
He
up there
made
like,
it, gave your ass your Second Amendment right. He gave it to y'all.
and
He went
let's
to
be
court and
honest.
fought for that.
Let's be honest. He put it out there early enough.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. First Amendment, not second. Damn,
First Amendment. Yeah,
First
yeah.
Amendment, I'm sorry.
You good.
Yeah,
You good.
yeah. Okay.
But he put it out there. Let's be honest about it. Talking about desensitizing or whatever, because everybody's like, well, why would you be happy about him putting a big warning label on stuff? He put it up there so early that now it's just a suggestion.
That's it.
It's just like, hey, we just let you know it's there. But I mean, now it's just like, oh,
we don't want no
it's almost
surprise, like, oh, I bought this because of the cover, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know they were talking about that. No, it tells you right then and there, so you can't come back saying, oh, this influence so and so, little Joey and them. Like, no, you need to pay attention to what your kids is buying, because remember, he changed the market, because you could get the clean version, and then you got the dirty. That's a whole nother ball. That's a whole nother piece of vinyl, and another digital copy.
double sales.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. They changed. People don't understand how monumental that was, because it's like, how many times you go buy an album, it's like, oh shit, I got the clean one, and not even realize you didn't fuck, now you got to take it back. That's all sales. That's all calculated. That was a game changer, man.
And even on that, like I said, you go up there and put that warning label up there. There's warning labels on everything that everybody ignore. And with warning labels being on everything you ignore, you put it in there early enough in the game where people could get wilder and wilder and wilder. It's just like, oh, dog, I'm, like you said, I'm looking at it different. If it don't have that sticker on there, if it don't have that parental advisory on there, like,
I don't want it.
Look,
yeah.
Is this the clean version album? No, that's the only version of the album. Like, oh, okay, I guess I'll grab it then. I was questioning. I didn't see my part of the. It's become a part of the cover art. Like everything sort of.
Yeah, I mean, how many T-shirts have we seen that just had the sticker on it, the parental advisory? That was just it. That was the shirt, And like I said, this is huge, and my hat goes off to the whole crew, those who are still with us, and those who are not. It goes to their estate. This is a huge win, and we still, we still talking about Diddy and all this other stuff, and this is getting buried. That's why I wanted to talk about it and put it out there. And be like, look, man, we paying attention to it, man. Shout out to Uncle Luke and the whole 2 Live crew, man. This is a huge, huge victory, man.
Man, this win is crazy, and I'm happy for them. I'm proud that it happened. Getting over whether it's a big label, these small labels, these investment companies that go and scoop stuff up. This goes right up there, honestly, with Snoop being able to grab Death Row off the scrap heap.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
when you corrected me when I said it was 25, you're like, nah, bro, it's 35. How they waited it out and did it by the book, because that's how it goes with with your what is that, publishing or not? Yeah, publishing goes back.
Copyright goes back to the original holder.
And that guy tried to say, no, they wasn't the original owners. They were employees of that. And they were like, nah, fuck that. Nah, that's our stuff. And the judge felt the same way and was just like, nah, that's theirs. Give it back to them. They waited. It was over 35 years. They waited, and they filed. They want it back.
Yeah, it's like, we wrote the lyrics, we produced the records. This isn't a case of a songwriter and I just happen to be a singer or just happen to be the horn player or something like that. Talking about give me my granddaddy's records back. It's like, no, who else wrote? So what was it? Lil Joe. Tell me what Lil Joe wrote and pop that. You know what I'm saying? Right. like where was he at?
Where's his tablet at? Where, let me see, the real, we got the original recordings or whatever, but you guys got all the paperwork saying that you owned it and, you were getting the checks were getting filed to your LLC and all that stuff. Nah, we're going to need that back. And hats off to them, man. They got it.
Shout out to them for getting it. And I'm going to tell you, I like Lupe, man. Even though Lupe didn't have a plan at the time, own your masters, man. Own your
And that's
masters.
another like time and time again we hear these stories of cats getting robbed. You know, you could either start off owning them or do what they did and sit back and play the game. And after 35 years, if you have that kind of time and if you have that kind of,
But how many people don't have that kind of time? That's
that
my thing.
that's
That's
just
my
it.
thing of
Yeah.
looking at it.
Yeah.
And yo, man, just for real, get your masters, sit on your masters. If you guys sit on them until you can formulate a plan, holla at
Mhm.
the smart people that can tell you what to do with your masters when you got them. But yeah, own your masters, man. Do
Yeah.
your thing.
Try to stay independent as possible. And, you know, like you said, go to YouTube University and Google, you know, on how to keep your stuff and not get caught up in a twist like this. But yeah, shout out to Two Live Crew again.
Yes. Anything else you want to holla at or go over, man?
That's all I got, family.
All
Oh,
right, man.
Alabama just lost. So yeah, they just lost.
Miami held on for another one, man. I'm hyped. Miami's still
Okay.
undefeated, man. So I'm
Okay.
good with that one.
All
All right,
right.
man. So thank y'all for coming out again. We appreciate y'all once again. Dirty 30 is a Schwabel Room production. Shout out to the whole family over there. And just glad to be here for our subscribers once again. Make sure you go over to the Beatdown, tpublic.com/the Beatdown. Go get your merch. And yeah, we out, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Peace.